Okay, my name is Bill Hurley. First of all, I want to thank you all for being here. The spelling of my last name is H-U-R-L-E-Y. First name is B-I-L-L. And everybody, all the people here, thank you for coming. Because without people, there is no democracy. And my title is citizen. That's my only title. I'm here today to speak to you as a community member, parent, veteran, and low-wage worker. I currently am working a low-wage job while putting myself through school and trying to support a family at the same time. It's not easy. Times are tough out there for millions of Americans like me and my family. And right now, a lot of us are feeling like we're not being represented by our government. Representative Young and others like him in Congress have consistently stood up for the 1% and the super wealthy. He's voted for the Ryan budget, which gives trillions in tax cuts to the super wealthy and big business while cutting services for everyone else. He has supported tax breaks for big oil companies and handouts to defense contractors that contribute to his campaign. Isn't it about time for those of everyday Americans that make up the 99% get some support from our government also? The last time Congress voted to raise the minimum wage was 5 years ago. And the national minimum wage has been flat for 3. The 42 cents extra an hour we get here in Florida doesn't exactly cut it. While wages have been stagnant, the cost of living has continued to rise. Gas is more expensive, milk is more expensive, medications are more expensive, rents are more expensive, making it harder and harder to live off of minimum wage. A raise in the minimum wage would allow working families to be able to afford these increased costs and maintain some standard of living. Keeping wages of working people low will not encourage businesses to hire more. We all know that businesses only hire as many people as necessary to meet the demand, and not a person more. What will cause businesses to hire more? If there is more demand for their products and they need more people to meet that demand. What would create more demand for businesses? Putting money back in the hands of working people so they would spend it at these businesses. For months, myself and a number of other constituents have been trying to get a meeting with Representative Young to discuss the struggle that the average American is going through right now. We've visited his office, delivered signed letters, and have called his office in an attempt to schedule a meeting with him. Unfortunately, all of my attempts were rebuffed. The last time I called his office, his staff didn't even remember who I was, and I was part of a group of about 30 people that were sitting in his boardroom. Part of the congressman's job is to listen to and represent the needs of his constituents, even those who don't always agree with him. As someone who voted for the congressman in the past, I expected better of him. Now I'd like to introduce Pepe to speak with you.
Hi everybody, my name is Pepe Kovanis, K-O-V-A-N-I-S. I had a disappointing encounter with my congressman, Bill Young. At the 4th of July, I attended an event, and I was really looking forward to the opportunity of getting a chance to talk to him. I waited until the end of the event, and I approached him and I asked him a question if he could support a bill in Congress to raise the minimum wage to $10 an hour, a wage that would reflect inflation and give us a living wage. He didn't answer my question directly. Instead, he replied, "Get a job." His answer was very disappointing and insulting. Doesn't he understand that there's millions of people who have a job and are struggling to get by with the rising cost of this economy? There's people making minimum wage who just can't live. Raising the minimum wage will give relief to millions of people who are struggling to make ends meet. If the federal minimum wage is raised to $10 an hour, almost 30 million people would have more money in their paycheck. They would then be able to spend that money in local businesses, supporting the local economy and helping to create more job growth. We've seen now that the income doesn't trickle down, it flows up. And people with the lowest incomes tend to spend any extra money that they would get in our local economy. Raising the minimum wage would benefit all Americans. Even those who currently make more than $10 an hour would benefit. The congressman's answer shows that he is out of touch with the constituents of his district. Polls have shown that 2/3 of Americans would support raising the minimum wage to $10 an hour. Many Republicans would even support this. The people of Pinellas County deserve a representative who will listen to them and not insult them when they ask him a question. I would like to sit down with Bill Young and hear what he has to say about raising the minimum wage. I also would like an apology to not just myself, but to low-wage workers everywhere that he's insulted. Thank you, guys.
Pepe, what was that again at the end there? What did you say?
I would like for him to apologize to not just me, but to low-wage workers everywhere that he's insulted.